Alright. So, for today, the first Pokemon is going to be potentially a doozy, hopefully not that bad. It's Lapras, and there's literally only one way in the entire game to get it, and that is Far Off Sea, floor 45 through 50. Oh, and I guess Northwind Field out of a Mystery House, but that's not happening, so... Let's check the bag. Are we looking okay? I think we're probably looking okay. Escape, Cleanse, Revival, Recall, Inviting, Flame Seeds, Reviver Seeds. Oh, hey, how's it going? I'm doing alright. Spent, most of last night grinding Wii achievements. Did all of 50cc in Mario Kart Wii. And suffered in Wii Sports because, I don't know, I just kind of underestimated how ridiculous that game is. I'm still on tennis, the first sport. Because, obviously, since they're Chivos, you have to beat, like, the strongest, No, because I've only done tennis so far. And Matt is literally the worst character in tennis, which I think is hilarious. He's the first guy I beat. He's literally the lowest ranked tennis player in the entire game. He sucks. It's very entertaining. Let me see, who even is the highest ranked team? Elisa and Sarah, whoever the hell they are. Defeat Elisa and Sarah in a tennis match. Yeah. Next is baseball. Could be easy. Hit the ball out of the park. I can do that. Hit a home run with bases loaded. Yeah, I can do that. More annoying, but I can do it. What else do we got on the Wii Sports list? Oh yeah! The one that I'm kind of wondering if I'm actually going to do or not. Achieve a score of 300 in a game of bowling. Yeah, there's an achievement for bowling a perfect game. I'm not big on bowling, but I am pretty damn sure that means a strike on every single throw. And yes, I know there's ways to set up strikes in Wii Sports, but God, I am not good enough at it for that. So we're gonna see how that goes. I think I'm gonna be bowling for the rest of my life. But I'll probably just beat it. I'll probably just do all the progression achievements to get the beat on it, and then I'll just save the mastery for later. Yeah, I've only beaten XD once. I'm kind of waiting. I'm gonna do the Chivo list eventually, but God, it's such an awful set compared to to Colosseums. It's got level restrictions and like missables everywhere, and it's not a fun looking set. And I just don't know it. Oh, I'm fully aware of that. But, yeah, that still doesn't change the fact that, it still sounds awful. At least it's a 25-point Chivo. Oh yeah, I looked at the Xenoblade Chronicles set, because of course I did. 200 Chivos for 2,500 points, and yes, it's just as awful as it sounds. You have to acquire every in-game achievement. Every in-game achievement in Xenoblade. Hey, at least you get a 100-point Chivo out of it, and like a few other Chivos along the way, because a lot of the harder Chivos have their own actual achievements. You have to fully level up everyone's arts to max. You have to cap out Colony 6, which makes sense. You have to complete every possible quest everywhere, find every location, max out the affinity link between every party member and every other party member. Cap all their skill trees. Yeah, and obviously, since it's Xenoblade 1, there's a bazillion, missables. So, yeah, I definitely plan on attempting this set someday. Oh, also you have to do the super bosses, which, you know, makes sense, fair. Alright. Well, as I was saying, before I think anyone was actually here, we are going for Lapras today, which means one of our remaining 3 dungeons. Far Off Sea. Oh, wait. Oh, thank God I actually have an escape orb. Lapras only spawns on 45 through 50. I thought this was a 50-floor dungeon as a result, but it is not. It is a 75-floor dungeon. Alright, well, we have our escape orb. We are going for Lapras. What else is here? Is there anything worth going for after Lapras? No. Love Disc, Dratini, Slowking, Dugong, Octillery, Muck, Torpedo. We do need Walrein, but I'm going to ignore it. Clamperl, Kingdra, Wailord. Yeah. There's stuff here we need. Like, a lot of stuff here we need. So, we might be doing a few trips. We need, for example, 2 Ammonites. We need 2 Ammonites. We need Lapras. We need 3 Spheals. So that's already 6 Pokemon. What else do we need here? We need 2 Wailmers, I believe. Right? No, 1 Wailmer. That's 7. And we need 1 Clamperl. So 8 Pokemon. Which is very good, because that's a good chunk of our decks now. Like, we're only missing, what? About 46 Pokemon, so 8 Pokemon in 1 dungeon is, quite significant. Which, to be fair, we were missing more than that, because we do need 28 unknowns. Which, we'll be getting to before long, looking at the Pokedex list. It will not be long. Aha! Our first one. Go. Knight wants to join us. What level was he? I wasn't paying attention. Status. Okay, 44. So he can evolve immediately. There's no point in waiting for Almastar. We will just get a second one. Alright, how long is he here for? He's still at floor 9. Spiel starts on 10 and goes through 19, which is our next one after Almanite. Yeah, we should be okay to just kind of move on. We've got 9 floors to find a second Almanite. As long as we kind of just check the spawn, the first come spawns. If we can find them, jeez. There's one. We absolutely erase it from existence. Maybe we erased it a little too hard. It can't be our friend if it's dead. So, you guys should probably place your bets. How long do you guys think the unknown are gonna take? I'm gonna say... I'm gonna be optimistic. I'm gonna say we'll have it in 2 hours. Oh wait, that's another ring light. Nope, gotta keep these on then. That rainbow on. No. Another soldier's gonna want to join because I look like rainbow on. Oh, nope, never mind. Everybody hates me apparently. Nope. Not what I need. And we also need multiple trips, so it doesn't even matter if we don't get the Almanite, you know? Like, we're gonna be in this dungeon multiple times. Twice, honestly. If things go well. Fill up the team and then we'll get out. Oh yeah, what's the fainted Pokemon here? Is there anything we need there? Oh, I'm sure there is. There's a lot of Pokemon. I think we need Credilli. Yeah, so there's one at least. Oh, Chansey's here. This is where you get Chansey. I was wondering where Chansey was. So if we get Chansey, that'd be nice if I get evolved into Blissey. So... Oh yeah, and Bellsprout's also here. I forgot about that. This is the other place for Bellsprout. Which we no longer need, so we'll probably find 7 of them. Yeah, not a ton we need. Oh, so Viper's here. We do need some Viper. That's a weird one. I don't even know where it spawns normally. Figure it out eventually. We have Zangoose. It probably spawns wherever that does. Probably some earlier story dungeon that I just am not remembering. Ah, shit. Of course that was an Omanyte. Here's another one. So we're fine. Join! Be my friend. Aha! Alright, so we've got our Omanytes done now. That's one Pokemon off our checklist. Now we gotta get to floor 10 and grab 3 Spheals, and then we'll probably bail after that. Hey, Cyan. You missed our Eevee stream. We got all the Eevees and all the Bellsprouts because we're insane. Well, we're still missing Espeon, but we got all the Eevees out of Joyous Tower. So what we did was we decided instead of trying to get an escape orb, we were gonna cheese the job board and we were gonna find a low-end job that spawned like right after the Eevees. So we could recruit an Eevee and then finish the job to escape the dungeon. And then literally on our first check, we found we got a job on Joyous Tower floor 12, which is the exact floor that Eevee starts spawning. And we got 3 Eevees on the first go. And only go, because you can only do the job once. So we got all the Eevees. They're gone. They're done. Again, except for Espeon, because we don't actually... We're just gonna get that out of Murky Cave. I could have grabbed a 4. I could have actually went for a 4th one. We got it before the wind started blowing, so... Oh, hello. And then we got our other 2 Bellsprouts out of Buried Relic as well. In the same run, might I add. No! These stupid big apple traps. Okay, it took one of our plain seeds, that's fine. Our plain seed became a somewhat tastier plain seed. I shouldn't be. My mic is very, very loud. I'm in the yellow. Like, it's almost capped. So I shouldn't be quiet? I wouldn't think. I don't know why I'm checking if I need Seal. I've almost done with the Kanto Pokedex. We're down to Lapras. We need 4 Pokemon in Kanto now. And we've got 2 of the 4 in our party right now. And another of the 4 is in this dungeon. The other is Snorlax. So we're gonna have to figure out where Snorlax spawns. I'm assuming it's a... Oh yeah, that's what it was. It was a fainted Pokemon in some dungeon. I can't remember where it was. I looked yesterday. I'll find it again when we finish 4FC, but 4FC might take us a little while, so there's no point looking into it yet. Because we're gonna have to make multiple trips, and one of them has to go to 450, so... Let's just focus on getting low-end Pokemon first. I guess I'll just eat this big apple. Strange. You don't have any like weird settings on your phone or anything that's causing it, right? I feel like we had that problem at some point with somebody. Where there was like audio dampening happening or something that was purposely making me quieter or something. You know, I'm realizing though that we might actually finish Kanto today, depending on our Snorlax luck. which is kind of insane. Which I'm kind of mad about, because did we ever recruit a second Munchlax and then say no to it? Because I always I don't know why, I feel like that might have happened, and I just wasn't thinking about the fact that, you know, Munchlax evolves, and we need that. So if we had got a second Munchlax, it would have saved us so much time. I don't know if we did, though. I can't remember. But I wasn't even thinking to, like, try to get a second one. Cacnea? I don't think I need Cacnea. I do not. Also, why is it hailing? Ah. We're in the ocean, apparently. It shouldn't be able to hail. One damage. Okay, look, this floor is not great. This is the last floor for Almanite, and honestly a few things. I think the encounters are about to swap pretty heavily here. Oh no, it's just Shoulder. Oh, Shoulder's already gone, so yeah, Shoulder's gone. Anything start spawning? No. Yeah, next floor we get Steel, so that's the important one. We'll get 3 of them, and then we're gonna skateboard out. What was the Pokemon here? I don't know, but we're gonna find out if it's shiny. Got an inviting one with his name on it. Oh yeah, you missed. We got another shiny. I can't even remember what it was now. Was it the Magikarp? No, I think we found a shiny Magikarp. What was it? What did we get? Oh, it was Starmie. We got shiny Starmie. That's what it was. Yeah, it's been an eventful few streams. Mr. Spiel. Oh, there's one. Almanite, I need you to not kill this thing, please. Oh, don't be doing rollout, please. Haha, you're paralyzed, stupid. No, you can't. Equipped. Join. Be my friend. Yes! Good Spiel. And now the seals are pretending to be Spiels, but they are not. You know, I wonder if they ever were, like, naming Spiel, like, you know, we have a Pokemon called Seal already. You think people are gonna get confused? Actually, the funny thing is, I think that happened 2 streams ago, so you actually missed 2, I believe. Yeah, that was 2 streams ago. Because yesterday we did a bunch of the water Pokemon. We did the Staryu line, we got Kingler, we got Chansey. Yeah, so 2 streams actually. But most of what I said happened in the 1-2 streams ago. Although Starmie was yesterday, or 2 days ago. Alright, well... Oh wait, I have my Frimbo on. No wonder there's no Pokemon. Oh, we only have 1 though. Come on, give me my third one so I can get out of here. There he is, and he used freaking hail, because of course he did. I do believe you missed 2, yes, because the EVs happened 2 streams ago. So if you weren't here for that, then yes, you missed 2. Alright, we've got our Spiels. Do I carry on? I can still recruit, like, one more and get rid of Hitmonchan, but there's not really anything left that's one off. What else do we have? I mean, we're gonna have to come back anyway, so there's no real point. Because we still need... How many Pokemon do we still need? We need 3 more Pokemon here, I believe. What's the list? We need Wailmer, Lapras... Specifically for Wailord, so Wailmer, Lapras... What was the other one? Why can't I think of it? What? Oh yeah, in Clampearl on floor... Oh. Floor 65? Oh, God. I guess we're clearing this place. Let me see if I can... Let me just roll away to the bottom here. Clampearl. Yep, we have to. That's all there is. It has to be floor 65. Okay, we are going all the way on the next one. So I'd say, yeah, let's get out of here because we gotta run this whole dungeon. We're clearing it 75 floors, so yeah, let's get out of here and start prep for that. But hey, 20 minutes in, we've already got 5 Pokemon. Unfortunately, our next 3 are gonna take much longer. Preemptively marked all these off my list there. On the night. On the night 2. Spiel. Celio, technically. Wait, what the frick? We're missing Numel? I just noticed that. We're missing Numel. That thing is, like, in Mount Blaze. We were missing Magby, too, until I found one from... How are we missing 2 Pokemon from Mount Blaze? I love Mount Blaze. How have we never gone back there to recruit, like, at all? When we get Chinchou and Lantern, we went from having, like, all the water Pokemon to only having... The only water Pokemon left are Lapras, Clampearl, Chinchou, oh yeah, Wailord, Lapras, Clampearl, Chinchou, and Lantern. There's only 5 water types left in the game. How did we do that so fast? We went from having, like 20 water types, like, yesterday, to only having 5. I guess that's what happens when you immediately start running all the dungeons where all the water Pokemon are that you were ignoring this whole time. Alright, let's go evolve an Ammonite. It's kind of insane, actually, that the only water types after this we finish this dungeon, are going to be Chinchou and Lantern. That's it. Right, now we gotta evolve Seal. There's our Celio. No, wait, no, don't evolve you. That would not be fun, because then I have to get our freaking bag on. Please, no. No, you're not allowed. Don't even try it. Okay. Evolve the second one. And this one will go all the way to Walrein. You know, it's kind of insane because I'm looking at my list and I'm realizing we're only a few streams from having to grind out Riolu and Lucario, and therefore finish this game. All right, no evolutions for now. No, turn, please. I'll pick Kekleon. Do you have any escape orbs for me? No. You have an invitation, though. No. I feel like it's gonna be one of those, decide in the moment type of things. We have so many games that we need to get to. That, yeah, I think we're just gonna kind of decide when we get there. Oh, I found an escape orb, actually, that because the one we used wasn't our main one. Okay, that's pretty sweet, actually. Put all these away. Yeah, we'll see what I'm feeling like when we get... Ah, crap. Is it dead? I don't know that it's dead. I think it might just be you. I don't see any frame drops. Confusion? Wait, what? Stream disconnected a minute ago, attempting to reconnect. Are we good? Are we back? My timer's still going. How strange. Well, it looks like we're still good. That's so strange. Yeah, it looks like it died for like a split second. Such a split second, in fact, that I have literally 0 drop frames. I'm not sure how that's possible, given the stream literally died, but you know. Yeah, stream is disconnected, attempting to reconnect. Yeah, okay, well, whatever. As long as we're good now. Ah, crap, we gotta go figure out where the heck they put this now. There it is, far off sea. Alright, here we go again. Alright, this time we're running the whole thing. And our first spawn that we need, I believe, is Whalmer on floor 41. Double checking that. Yeah. Whalmer, then Lapras, and then Clamper away at the freaking end. Ah, crap. Immediate monster house. Alright, get out of here. We're just gonna go this way. You know what? Not even worth it. Why couldn't you be a Clamper? Do I need to, like, put that Gorbis and the Hunter we got together? Can we have eggs in this game? Like, can we do some breeding here, please? Just save me, like, 75 floors of dungeon. It's actually hilarious because eggs are actually a viable strategy for a lot of recruits in PMD2. Because they do exist in that game, although you can't like control them. There are ways to manipulate what you get. because in that game you get eggs with mission rewards, and they will hatch into a Pokemon of the first stage of a species in the dungeon that you got it, that the egg was obtained via, like, whatever mission you did. So, if you need a specific Pokemon, but you need, like, the pre-evolved form, well, just force eggs through Wonder Mail of that dungeon. Or, you know, you could just, you know, Wonder Mail into Pokemon directly, because hooray for cheese in that game. Honestly, I'm kind of shocked that I did that without Wonder Mail. Though I didn't do it without Wonder Mail, but, like, I didn't use Wonder Mail for recruits in that game. I used it for Golden Seeds, which are just Joy Seed times 5. Yes, that's a thing that exists. I can't remember where you're supposed to find them. I know I found them, because I cleared every dungeon, including all the super hard ones. It might be the end of Zero Isle South. It's the end of one of the Zero Islands. Oh yeah, speaking of which, once the Wii event's over, I've decided on my next set. You can probably guess what it's gonna be based on what I just said. Yeah, I'm insane. I'm doing the Zero Island South subset. Now that it's not, you know, cancer. Quite as cancerous. Now that you don't have to actually clear the dungeon, you just have to get to set floors with each Pokemon. I think I'm gonna run it. You have to reach a certain floor with every Pokemon in the game. And I think, for example, Bulbasaur, Ivysaur, and Venusaur only hit floor 75, which is actually pretty high. Most of them are actually not that high. They're like 40 or 50. There's a few that need 100, like the ones that are actually, you know, possible. Zero Island South is really not that bad. I say, knowing fully well that it's literally just Purity Forest. The real hard one in that game is Destiny Tower, because it's Purity Forest, except you cannot find Reviver Seeds. Like, Reviver Seeds, that's the only difference. Reviver Seeds do not spawn in Destiny Tower. And yes, I cleared that. It took 4 days of attempts. And they were not short attempts. Oh yeah, I think I made the RA mods mad. They still have not approved my bazillion unlocks for the Terraria subset, by the way. They're still here. I've like pinged them like 4 times, and I think they're ignoring me. So we'll see how that goes. But as of right now, I still don't have my manuals for all the banners in the game, which I do have now. Like I said, I'm kind of just suspecting that I kind of may have annoyed him at the literal nine achievements I needed manuals for simultaneously. Oh well, I'll get them eventually. Now that Wii's out, I'm really not that concerned about finishing that set for the time being. I've got 4 months of Wii before I even attempt to go after that subset. So I'm just considering this a nice break, and who knows, maybe by then I'll just be like, screw it, and I'll just, you know, get the other banners and just not get the manual. Because, like, I could just, you know, re-obtain all the banners that I got before that didn't count. The only really one that's annoying is the moth in the jungle. Because I just could not get that thing to spawn worth a crap. Even when even after Plantera grinding, and Plantera took, like, how many kills was that? For that 1 in 50 axe. Oh no, it wasn't even the 1 in 50, it was the freaking pet. I got the axe easily. Yeah, it was the freaking seedling pet. That's what it was that took me freaking forever. It was like a 1 in 40 drop, and I think it took like 110 Planteras or some ridiculous number. Even after that, I only had like 20 moth kills after grinding that many Planteras. And the last 5 in the grinder took like 4 hours. But I can make a jungle grinder that does spawn moths, guaranteed. I have gotten moths out of the jungle variant of my grinder. So worst case scenario, I just let it run overnight for a couple nights and get it that way. But yeah, if they don't accept the subset, like my manuals, it'll be annoying. But like I can get those again. It's not gonna. It's gonna be probably a 30-40 hour extra time sink. But at this point, I put literally 800 hours into that subset. What's a few more? I kind of took a break after I did an entire day of strange dye farming. I think I grabbed like over 100 strange dyes, and I'm at 30 of the 33 strange dyes. So I'm almost there. If I do another day of grinding it, I'll have it easy peasy. There's still like 80 freaking strange dyes on my world because I just let them grow for like that many hours. They're freaking everywhere, dude. So I just opened up the good old seed finder and just set it to strange plants, and yeah, I just followed it one at a time. I cleared the entire left side of my world of strange plants. I grabbed every single one, and yes, it was just as annoying as it sounds, given they can spawn anywhere. My world is so full of tunnels now. I'm always just worried because we're going into April here soon, which means we're gonna have another freaking Tmod loader stability patch, which is gonna break my world and my achievements again. It does every month, and then I have to spend an hour trying to regain my progress by reloading backups. It's so annoying. It happens every time, because for some reason their stability updates do the exact opposite of stability every single time. And proceed to break everything. I guarantee you, since I skipped that room in the bottom right, the stairs are gonna be in there. That's how it always goes. Oh, cleanse orb. Not bad. Maybe I should have brought more food. Yeah, like seriously. I did find my first mastery for Wii. I'm gonna do it tonight. It'll take like 15 minutes. It's Who Wants to Be a Millionaire on Wii. The set is literally just to get the $1 million prize. Because there's really not much you can make achievements for in that game, because it's literally one game mode and it's just trivia questions. So all I have to do is just look up the answers online, and I'll have the mastery in like 15 minutes. And that's 2 points towards the Wii challenge. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna be, like I said, I'm gonna be doing a lot of easy peasy ones. So my profile is gonna, unfortunately, be very bogged down for a while with really crappy Wii games. Kind of like it's got a couple crappy GameCube games on it right now. Some people would actually kind of mad about that, because one of those is Magical Mickey on GameCube, the mirror one. And I know some people like that game. You actually can hide them, which is nice. I just don't like hiding them because that feels somehow even cheaper than even having them in the first place. But I probably am gonna hide some soon, because I do have a couple, like, Pokemon ROM hacks that literally took me 2 minutes to master, because there's a couple, like, demos that have that have achievement sets for some ungodly reason. I literally have one that I just did to get it out of the way. It's a Pokemon Mini. It's a Pokemon Orange demo, which is like, it's a Pokemon Mini. Someone's trying to make a full Pokemon game on the Pokemon Mini, which is a little mini game thing. It's like a Tamagotchi almost, the size and scale of it. And in fact, the way the screen works too, it basically is a Tamagotchi with little games on it. It's from around the GBA era. It has a lot of Gen 3 Pokemon games on it. It was given, you know, the name Pokemon Mini. All the games on it are Pokemon themed. I think the most interesting one on there is Pokemon Tetris. It's like an actual Tetris game where you can actually catch the first 251 Pokemon, which is kind of insane for that system, because most of the games on that are like Game & Watch style games almost. But yeah, the achievement set was literally walking around Pallet Town, entering one house, and checking a trash can. Because that's basically all you can do in the game right now. It's more of a proof of concept thing that they have the engine running on the Mini. And it won't tell me. Will it tell me how long it took me to master this? 6 achievements for 6 points. Oh boy. The rarest achievement is 97% unlocked. Honestly, I can't imagine having this game on your profile and not having it mastered. That's kind of embarrassing for however many people don't have that last achievement. The average mastering time is 3 minutes. That's hilarious. So yeah, I might hide a couple of things, because I do have a couple like that. And then I like Pokemon Battle Factory, which is just a Game Boy version of the Battle Factory someone made. And you have to get to the end, and I did that. That was easy. And there was this Pokemon fishing game, which isn't even really a Pokemon game. It's kind of interesting. It's a ROM hack, I think, of a... Or no, it's not even a ROM hack, and that's the interesting thing. It's a homebrew. It's the only homebrew on my account. Well, no, actually, the Pokemon one, I guess, isn't technically a homebrew. Yeah, they built it from the ground up. It's like a Game Boy Color fishing game. But it's Pokemon themed. It was actually kind of fun. I liked it. It was very short though. It only took like 20 minutes to beat. But it makes sense because, again, it's literally built from the ground up. Somebody's kind of just working on it as a passion project. It was probably somebody's like college project or something. They worked on it for a couple months and it was in like threw it up on itch.io or whatever the heck. Actually, I think that's where I downloaded it from, was itch.io. So yeah, it really was just one of those random solo dev things. I'm gonna have to go through the Wii list today. In fact, let me check real quick, because I'm literally on the website. If I go to the Wii tab, and then if I click filter to... Oh, I can't. But I can scroll down and I can look at the retro ratios. Can I filter? Less. Aha! Yeah, there's a lot of very easy Wii achievement sets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 7 right now. So that's 14 points. That's almost a silver on the badge for the launch of it. If I just do those 7. Unfortunately, those 7 games are not all that great. Oh, Dolphinus' Punch-Out is one of them, though. Like, the little demo for Punch-Out on the Wii that you got through with Nintendo points. I never played that, because I never did do Nintendo points during that era. I was like 8 years old. I didn't know they existed. I do miss that, though, because you used to be able to get some crazy stuff out of my Nintendo in the Wii and DS era. You could buy, like, virtual console games with your points on the Wii, which was crazy. Like, if you just bought games at GameStop and redeemed those little codes that came in the box, you could just, like, get games, like, virtual console games for free. And then they had little, like, WiiWare things that were exclusive to it, like this and Ultra Hand. Roll from Ultra Hand, which, oh, look, that's also one of those 7 sets. They're little mini things, but... Oh, look, Pajama Sam is one of those. That tracks. Uh, whenever I see that game, I just think of the playthrough with the AI. Where it just breaks and starts screaming demonic screeches. Oh, God. So, yeah, I'll have to do Brew Off with Ultra Hand, Pajama Sam, Pinocchio's Puzzle. Is that literally a jigsaw puzzle? Oh my god, it literally is a jigsaw puzzle. That's hilarious. Alright, so I've got to do a Pinocchio's Puzzle, jigsaw puzzle Wii game. Fantastic. Thomas and Friends, Hero of the Rails. What is this? What is this? It's exclusive to Europe, apparently. What the frick? Alright, well, apparently I've got to play some Thomas the Train on the Wii. Doc Lewis, Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, which I'll do tonight. Learning with the Puyus? Episode 1? What is this? It's a WiiWare game. It's got 7 achievements, and the rarest one is 94%. Alright. Maybe I'll do that tonight. What's the Ever Smasher on that? 20 minutes. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna start with that. Amazing. Alright, so I'm gonna have like 4 points at least by the end of tonight, because I'll do that and Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. And then I'll probably, maybe I'll hide them, maybe I'll leave them on my profile. Who cares? I don't really care. I'm thinking of rearranging my profile. Because right now I have them, like, set by, like... I have my badges sorted by, like, the order of, like, the series. And, like, the popularity. So it's Mario, then Pokemon, and then right now, next off of Pokemon is Terraria, because I haven't done any other big series. And then just kind of some filler behind that. But I don't like how the filler looks, given, especially if I'm going to be doing a lot of Wii stuff. So I'm thinking I'm going to do what a lot of the bigger people on here do, and I'm going to sort it alphabetically. Because it'll keep it looking nice, and it won't leave weird spots on the profile. But we'll see. And then if I scroll down more, there's some other games on here that are probably going to be easy. The retro ratios are kind of high, but they'll go down as time goes. Gummy Bears Magical Medallion. Oh my god. What a game that's gotta be. This is the funny part about the Wii, is it's just full of so much garbage. I can't wait to play all this wonderful, wonderful garbage. Oh yeah, Just Dance. That's never happening. I can assure you of that. Maybe I'll do Wii Punch-Out. I've always wanted to beat that game. I never could get into it. But I was never, like, good enough as a kid. I do own it. I bought it way back in the day. It was actually one of my first yard sale finds. When I was, like, 13, I found it for, like, I think it was, like, $5 at a yard sale. Yeah, it was $5. I remember the exact sale it was at. It's kind of insane. How do I remember that? Yeah, because I got a Guitar Hero guitar at that same yard sale. Back when they were still dirt cheap and not worth an ungodly amount of money. They sold it to me for $1. Nowadays, Guitar Hero guitars are like freaking $100 now. They used to come in... I worked at Goodwill for 2 years. You know how many freaking Guitar Hero guitars we had come in there? And we put them on our shelf and they'd just sit? And then about halfway through my time there at Goodwill is when the sudden spike in Guitar Hero prices happened. I think it happened because of Clone Hero? I think Clone Hero hit it big, and then people wanted the guitars because they're good for Clone Hero. And suddenly guitars exploded, and every time we got a guitar, we'd sell it for like $20 at the Goodwill, and people would buy it immediately. Ooh, wait, we need that. Something new. That's uncommon. We actually need 2 of those. Garbage GBA game played an integral role in me becoming a Golden Sun fan, and no, it's not a Golden Sun game. What game is it? I definitely have my own fair share of garbage in my childhood lineup. Particularly on the Wii and the DS. Because that was before I was like old enough to know what games were good. And my parents also really had no idea what was good. So... Shrek Swamp Kart Speedway! No way, dude. I was watching Sork's stream, the #1 Retro Achievements player. He badged the freaking subset of that game. Back in December. And, dude, that game is so awful. I need to understand, though, how Shrek Swamp Kart Speedway ties into you becoming a Golden Sun fan. This is some lore that I need specification on. I need to know the relation here. Yeah, he mastered every single. He has every Shrek badge on the site because every Christmas he does an event called Shrekmas where he does every Shrek badge that came out that year. And I'm pretty sure that I think he said that was like the worst one out of every Shrek game. And every Shrek game sucks. Like, let's be honest, there's no good Shrek game. They're all designed as garbage, just garbage to tie into movies and get thrown on a shelf. And somehow, that one is the one that stood out as, like, the worst one. Which honestly makes me want to try to badge it, because that sounds hilarious. Oh, no! Oh, actually, this is kind of bad. I mean, it's amazing. We've just got 2 Pokemon we need in a row. The problem is... how many? We need 3 more Pokemon in this dungeon. If I recruit anything else, we're gonna have a problem. Like, we're now at capacity. If I want to recruit my other 3 Pokemon. If I have to, I think it's going to be Talo that leaves. Because I think Talo's in Pitfall Valley, and I think it's fairly easy to get a hold of there. But, yeah, we'll see. Let me exchange it for something else? They actually let you exchange it? That's hilarious. Face doesn't recommended this game I had heard about. So they let you trade Shrek for... They actually let you trade Shrek Swamp Kart Racing for Golden Sun? That's hilarious. They saved you, dude. That is like you would never see that these days. Golden Sun's expensive too, isn't it? Like that was... I mean, back then it didn't really matter because all the games were about that same price, but like... Yeah, like, dude, that's an insane trade-up. Yeah, like I said, like back then it wasn't actually, you know, crazy. Like, I'm assuming it was just new game for new game. Or was it a pre-owned Golden Sun? It probably was it like a pre-owned for a pre-owned type of deal? Or they just kind of let you swap them. Which I'm assuming they weren't technically supposed to, but they kind of just let you do it because you're a kid and they don't really care that much. They don't pay them enough to actually care. I had somebody do that for me. Not even, no. I was gonna say not even that long ago, but this was for Original Sun and Moon, so we're talking 2016. That was 10. Oh my god, don't say that out loud. That was like right when I was like getting into collecting first, like originally. So I bought Sun on launch day, and and since my birthday is December 5th, I asked my parents to get me, Pokemon Moon for my birthday, so I'd have both versions. That was the first game I actually tried to get both versions of a game, of Pokemon games, and now I have, like, both versions of almost every Pokemon game. The joys of yard sales. Saving me there. Was it Swamp Shrek? The Swamp, the freaking Swamp Kart Speedway? Dude, I would have bought it. If I saw that on a shelf, like in the cheap dollar bin of like the game shop, I would 100% buy it because it's hilarious. Although I also wouldn't want to, because then it would go on my backlog, and there would be a chance of it getting rolled every single time I spin my backlog wheel. Which I haven't spun a lot lately, because there's been a lot of games coming out lately that I actually want to play. So it's kind of... We're kind of at a weird spot right now, where I haven't actually needed to spin my backlog spinner for a few months. Like, I'm doing Pokopia. I'll have that beat tomorrow, I think. And now we got the Wii games on Retro Achievements, so I've been doing that. So yeah, I don't know. It might be a bit before I'm ready to just to keep going on the backlog spinner. But yeah, it could definitely, there is definitely a lot of slop on my my backlog wheel. For example, the Little Mermaid on Nintendo DS. Oh yeah, Baby Pals on Nintendo DS. I have some lovely Nintendo DS games. One day at Goodwill, somebody donated a stack of DS games. It was like 20 games, and I bought all of them. Because we only charged like $1 a piece for them. Because they all sucked. And it was just full of like... It was clearly like the games of like a 7-year-old girl. Like, it was just so much like... Clearly like cartoon-based garbage shovelware. That... This poor child clearly did not know better about what a good game was. Yeah, there's 2 Littlest Pet Shop games. Yeah, a Disney Princess game. It's actually hilarious because there were so many games in that stack that literally almost half of my DS games are now, like little girls, like, just shovelware. It's so funny. But to be fair, I've also had good DS finds. I was at a yard sale, and this was a few years ago. I've told this story in the Discord because I was in the Discord when it happened, and I remember posting pictures of it that day because I was freaking the frick out. Oh, Taylor, don't you die on me. We've been on this freaking hill floor for an hour. I was at a yard sale. Oh, okay, we're in trouble now. Dude, what is our luck? Actually insane. Oh no! The Corey in the house at the DS. Yeah, a lot of them sold that game for so long. Dude, I'm actually mad at myself for not buying it because this was right before it spiked and became ungodly expensive. My Walmart had a sealed copy of Twilight Princess HD in like 2020. And I'm so mad that I didn't buy it. I wanted to, but I passed. It was the Amiibo bundle too. I passed because the box was like, it looked like someone like ran it over. Like it was in bad shape, but the Amiibo was fine, the game was fine. But I was into collecting then, so I passed on it because the box was rough, and I'm so mad at myself for it. That bundle for $60. Dude, the bundle wasn't that expensive back then. It was only, I mean, it was like 80 bucks, I think. But a damaged one like that was not gonna go for 80 bucks. And I already actually had Wolf Link at that time. I found him. I can't remember. Where did I even get my Wolf Link? I don't remember. But I do have the Wolf Link amiibo. And then I got Twilight Princess HD for like 80 bucks. From, I think it was GameStop. I bought it on their website. Which was a risk I don't usually take, but I think I did for that game. And it came complete, shockingly. Oh, mine also, my Walmart sold, which I think a lot of people's Walmarts did. All the way up until around the exact same time. I saw it at the exact same time as I saw Twilight Princess HD. They were selling the... This is gonna beat out your Corey in the house. They were selling the GTA trilogy on PS2. Like, the 3 games in the box. The box set. It was the GTA box set on PS2 for $40 at my Walmart. And honestly, I should have bought that too. But when I looked that one up, it was only going for like $30 sealed at the time, and they were selling it for 40, so I didn't care. But it's funny because that one's actually, I think, worth more now, which I should have known it would be, because it's still a sealed PS2 game at the end of the day, and now that Walmart has finally stopped selling it, because that was actually a common one. Apparently, a lot of Walmarts were still selling that one. I don't know where they were getting it from, but their supplier was still giving it to them, to quite a few Walmarts. My best Walmart find is, I found, when they clearanced out the 3DS stuff, I found 3 copies of New Leaf for $5 a piece. I missed out on most of it. I was, like, too late that day. I knew it was going to happen, and I kept checking the Walmart because all these other ones were clearancing their stuff, their 3DS stuff, to get rid of it. And I missed it. It happened that day, and I showed up at, like, 2, and they had done it, like, bright and early that day. All the Pokemon stuff was gone. Every 3DS game was $5. Like, I could have bought all their Pokemon, all their Zeldas, all their Marios. Somebody beat me to it, and they bought everything except for the Animal Crossing New Leafs for some reason. I don't know why they passed on New Leaf. I know it was only like a $15 game at the time, but like, bro, it's sealed copies of New Leaf. It's gonna get expensive at some point. And yeah, it's kind of expensive now. And that's the story of why I own 4 copies of New Leaf. I've got them over on my extra shelf. I'm looking at them right now. What do I own the most copies of? I think it's tied between that and Dance Central on the 360 for 4 each. Oh wait, or is it one of the Call of Duties? How many Modern Warfare 3s do I have? I can't see it from here. But quite a few Modern Warfare 3s. And quite a few Modern Warfare 2s, actually. Because I always just buy games in bundles at yard sales. Like, if they have a stack of games, I always ask them how much for all of them. Because I usually get it for cheaper. So I just take everything, most times, when I find something I want. And a lot of stuff ends up on the extra shelf as a result. I use them for trade. I've got a lot of yard sale buddies. Every now and then someone will be like, hey, do you have this game? And I'll be like, I've got 4 of them. Or like my IRL buddies. One of my friends wanted a copy of Black Ops 2. And he's like, do you have Black Ops 2? And I'm like, yeah, I've got like 4 of them. So I just gave him one for like $5. It's like a $20 game. Which is honestly shocking to me. I don't know why Black Ops 2 is so expensive. Like, I get... It's like Pokemon, where everybody owns it, so it's in no way rare and should not be expensive, but nobody's selling their copies because they love it. And therefore, it becomes artificially rare. That's the reason Pokemon games are so expensive. It's because they're not rare, they're scarce. They don't get sold. Also, are you serious? Again with the last room? No wonder we're gonna be in trouble, by the way. I'm almost out of food already. We're on floor 21. I don't know how this happened. I brought 5 plain seeds, and I think I've used 3 of them already. We're on floor 22. We have to go to 75. And I don't think apples spawn in this dungeon because it's an ocean dungeon. At least that's how it works in Explorers. Oh, look at a skateboard. Ocean dungeons don't spawn food. That's kind of their gimmick. Oh, that's unfortunate. Oh, I think it's just that guy. I shouldn't have done that. No, that's a waste of a revival orb. I thought I was going to kill a couple more. Oh, you have soft... Oh, that affects the whole party? Oh, that's fantastic. Yeah, that's what happened with Pokemon. It'll be the same even with the modern ones. Probably to a lesser extent. I don't see Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl becoming super expensive, for example. Because not many people actually care for it, so people will be willing to sell their copies. But, like, Scarlet and Violet, it's gonna become expensive eventually, as much as people are gonna deny that and say it's not good. It will become expensive. People will eventually grow nostalgic for it. Gen 8 will become expensive. Legends Arceus and ZA are gonna become expensive. It's just how it goes. Yeah, like I said, well, that's the thing, though. I remember when my Kmart, because, yeah, I know, Kmart, God, do people even remember that place? When my Kmart was going out, they had the Heart Gold, and this was, they lasted surprisingly long for Kmart. It was mid-XY era when they finally died. Actually, wait, no, it was later. I think we were into the early Sun and Moon when they finally closed. Well, I remember going in there and going into their card aisle because, God, the era before scalpers in Pokemon. I know, crazy, right? And finding freaking XY Phantom Forces packs. Which is, by the way, now like a $400 booster pack because that set is, it's a Gengar set. So, Lord forbid anyone want to open a pack of that these days. It's so weird to see packs that I paid so little for back then now being so expensive. Like, literally costing more than an entire Switch console for one pack. Yeah, you've missed nothing. If you have Platinum, there is no reason to play BDSP, because BDSP quite literally copied the code for Diamond and Pearl, 1-to-1. Like, people have data mined the game because, you know, they hack the Switch immediately, so you can get right into the code of every game you want. And, yeah, they literally copied the code for Diamond and Pearl and put a skin over it. That is what BDSP is. Not Platinum. Diamond and Pearl. You can void glitch in BDSP. Even better, the funniest example of this is in the code of BDSP, if you can insert a Game Boy Advance cartridge of Fire Red and Leaf Green into your Nintendo Switch console, you can find a Gengar in the old chateau in that one room. Yes, that functionality is still in the game on a console that doesn't even have a Game Boy Advance slot. I would say around 20 bucks is a good deal for the game. That's what I would pay. And that's coming from someone who bought both versions on launch day, because of course I did. I would say it averages about 30 bucks right now. I would say if you can find it for 20 bucks, it's worth picking up. It's fun for a playthrough. I mean, it's still at the end of the day, it's still Gen 4. It's still fun. But like, I don't know. Once you've played BDSP once, there's really no reason to go back to it. I think the one nice thing about BDSP is that you can complete the entirety of the Pokédex, all 493 Pokemon, because that's how many Pokemon are in the game, on just one copy of Diamond and one copy of Pearl. In the entire National Dex. They have every single Pokemon in the one, so you don't have to, like, trade from other games. It was one of the smoothest National Pokédexes I've ever done. Oh, and actually there was one thing I did like. They actually changed one thing in BDSP. And it is the Elite Four is harder. I'm not kidding. The one thing they changed in the Gen 4 remake is they made the hardest part of the notoriously difficult Elite Four and Champion harder. Cynthia's Garchomp. Hold on, I'm gonna look up her team real quick. Like, they altered the entire... They actually altered a lot of all the bosses. All of the bosses have upgraded teams across the whole game. Yeah, that's how you get the, that's how you get all the National Dex Pokemon. They're all underground. Let's see. Cynthia. Diamond and Pearl. Let me see. Where's her Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl team? There it is. Her Spiritomb has a Citrus Berry. Her Roserade has an Expert Belt. And has Dazzling Gleam now, by the way. Dazzling Gleam, Shadow Ball, Energy Ball, Sludge Bomb. Her Spiritomb is Shadow Ball, Dark Pulse, Sucker Punch, Psychic. Her Gastrodon has freaking Leftovers. And has Scald, Earthquake, Rock Tomb, Sludge Bomb. They gave her Gastrodon, Scald, and Leftovers. That's hilarious. Her Lucario has Wise Glasses, Aura Sphere, Dragon Pulse, Flash Cannon, Nasty Plot. Her Garchomp has a Yachi Berry, the one that reduces ice damage by half, which is insane. It also has Poison Jab now to handle that wonderful new Fairy type that you might have went in thinking would make it easier. No. And then her Milotic, the one that I just stared at when it came out. Her Milotic has Marvel Scale, and it has a Flame Orb, and it has Recover, Mirror Coat, Ice Beam, Scald. Like, why? I actually had more trouble getting through that Milotic than I had with her Garchomp. That thing is an absolute beast. It will not die. I'm kind of hoping for big apples. Maybe I should try to find the traps. Big apple traps would be the only way to get food in this dungeon. I think they altered the Battle Tower, too. Because it is Diamond and Pearl, so we get the Battle Tower. We don't get the Battle Frontier, which I'm still mad about, getting cut out of both the Hoenn and Sinnoh remakes. Like, I just want to play some Battle Factory, guys. Like, the younger generation will not ever Yes, I know, I literally just said that. Will never understand the joys of the Battle Factory. I also like the Battle Arcade in Platinum. I thought that was fun. With the screen, and it would pick out random status effects for either you or your opponent. I got really good at that one. I never actually gold symboled anything, because I never actually, like, put together a team. Like, I didn't know how to EV train back then, and I never bothered. I'm gonna eventually do the Retro Achievement sets for Gen 3 and 4, and when I do, I will have to get the gold symbols for everything. Which should scare me, but after doing the 209 streak in the battle subway, nothing scares me. I genuinely think that's harder than anything in any other... That might be the hardest thing I've had to do and will ever have to do in any Pokemon game. I don't know what could possibly top that. That one achievement took me like 4 months. Underleveled. It's like grinded for several hours straight. Just did the second attempt to beat it. Yeah, that's how it goes, I feel like, with a lot of those games. The first playthrough, you always get wrecked. Like, I don't lose to Cynthia anymore. I've played through Gen 4 so many times, and I haven't whited out to Cynthia in years. Like, I think the last time I lost to her was, like, my second or third playthrough. And I just haven't lost again. I actually almost lost to her in BDSP, if I remember. Because I was not expecting, like, the sudden, like, spike in her difficulty. And her Milotic was, like, I had items, which is the only reason I got through. But I was trying to do it without items. So, if I hadn't started using items, I would have lost. I basically had to use items to basically not lose. I just didn't feel like doing the Elite Four again. I considered it a loss as far as the no items went. The only thing I remember BSP for, oh, that's the other really good thing about it, is you can shiny hunt again. All the mythicals, nothing is shiny locked because they copied the. This is the one good thing of them copy pasting the code. Since they put in absolutely the bare minimum effort, they didn't bother to shiny lock all the legendaries like they do in all the modern games. So you could actually shiny hunt everything. Including the mythicals. I actually got a shiny shaman in that game. On stream, might I add. I streamed that hunt. Because it was so fast. Which, that was, again, back before I actually did things. I kind of would just go live and stream for an hour here or there, whenever. I feel like that was a weird stream, too, when I got that shiny. Because I feel like I, had, I feel like I had to, leave for something in, an hour or something. It was something really short, and I barely had any time. So I, I was just screw it, I want to get 100 encounters in today. We'll just do 100, just something real short. It'll take, half an hour. And then just so we can say we made progress on it. And then I, got the shiny, 5 minutes in. Yeah, I don't get that either, honestly. I don't understand the point of shiny locking. It upsets me because there's so many shiny hunts that would be great in the new games. I'm not a big fan of a lot of the 3DS games. I don't like X and Y, but I do think that shiny hunting and, shiny hunting the legendaries in X and Y would be cool. Or the first shiny locks ever being Gen 5's legendaries. I think those will be awesome. Soft resetting for that Kyurem. But of course, people have ROM hacked it and actually removed the shiny locks in both X, Y, and Gen 5. But I don't know. I don't really want a shiny hunt in one of those because you can't transfer them out of the game. That's the reason I don't like shiny hunting on emulator. I've considered doing a I've considered chipping away at a shiny subset for one of the Pokemon games. Not with the intention of mastering it, but just if I want a shiny hunt in an old game, I'll boot up the subset so that I have it on my profile that I got that shiny in that game. Because I think that's kind of a fun reward. Now that, transferring game Pokemon forward is kind of useless, because why would I transfer a rare shiny forward from a Gen 4 or Gen 5 game when I can just get it in 2 minutes in the new game with a sandwich? That's part of why I hate the new system on shinies, is because it doesn't just devalue the new shinies, it devalues all shinies. I saw someone I saw transferred they got a shiny Scizor, or no, what was it? They got a shiny in XD Go of Darkness back in the day. They were sharing it. It was a Trapinch. They got it as a wild Pokemon. And they were like, oh yeah, I transferred it up to home. It's in home still, so it's still safe. And I'm sitting here you transferred a Trapinch from the hardest game to get a shiny in ever, all the way up to Scarlet and Violet, when shiny Trapinch can be obtained in 4 minutes. You just devalued that shiny. It's no longer interesting. I mean, yeah, you can say, oh, look, it came from Gale of Darkness, but it doesn't really I don't know. I don't like it. I don't... Yeah, see, that's... I'm getting to that point. I'm understanding those people. I used to never understand them. I like Gen 6. Gen 6 was where I shiny hunted a lot. Those, like, 1 in 500 odds type of deal. I did Masuda methods. I did chain fishing. I did Dex Nav. You know, all that stuff. And... I was always like, why would... I mean, I always thought it was cool to shiny hunt in the old games, so I'm like, I never understood why people would do it. I thought it was crazy when I shiny hunted a Legendary and Ultra Sun, did my Xerneas hunt, it took 2,000 encounters. But nowadays, oh no, now I'm starting to understand. I'm starting to understand, and I'm kind of almost... I'm almost at the point of wanting to shiny hunt in the old retro games. Because, like... I don't know, I feel like they're the only ones where shinies have value now, is to have a shiny in a Gen 5 minus game. And keep it in the generation you got it in. I am still proud of my one Gen 4 hunt that I ever did and actually got, which, I mean, it's the easy one. It's the one you could do now, and it's really not that hard. I did it in like 6 hours. It's the Heart Gold Soul Silver starter hunt. I had three DSs, 3 copies of Heart Gold Soul Silver. Yes, I have 3 copies of Heart Gold Soul Silver, actually. I think I have 4, actually. I do have 4. I have 4 copies of, no, I have, 1 Heart Gold and 3 Soul Silvers, because I found a Soul Silver at a yard sale, and then my buddy sold me 2, which... He apparently had 2 because he forgot. Because he thought he lost his copy of Soul Silver, so he went and bought another one. And then he found his original one, like, a month later, apparently. And then he was getting rid of all his DS stuff, so he sold them to me a couple years ago. But yeah, I shiny hunted across 3 systems and 3 copies of that game. And I got it in, like, 6 hours. It took, like... And it was under odds. It wasn't at odds. I think I got it in, like, 4,000 encounters. And it still only took, like, 6 hours. Like, you get encounters so ungodly fast in doing that hunt. Because you can actually check the starters before you get it. So you literally just soft reset. Check the table. Spin the wheel twice to see all 3 starters in, like, the span of 5 seconds. And if there's no shiny, you reset. And it takes like 20 to 30 seconds per reset, and you get 3 encounters each time. So, if you have 3 systems, you're getting 9 encounters every like 20 to 30 seconds. Like, you fly through encounters so fast that the 1 in 8,000 odds almost feel easy. I'm actually considering going back and doing it again, and trying to get the other 2 starters. And hoping I don't get any doubles, because that is the one downside to that hunt, is you have no way of preventing repeats if you did want to go for more than 1. But yeah, I got the Totodile. That's what I have. And I can't remember what copy it's on. I can't remember. I think it might be on my childhood Heart Gold, actually. That might have been the one that got it. I've considered doing a shiny badge quest on that file. I'm not sure yet, though, if I will. I'm also considering doing shiny charm hunts in Black and White 2. Including a couple Pokédexes in Black and White 2, and then shiny hunting on there. I think that could be fun. But if I do that, I'm just gonna do it on Retro Achievements, so because I think it has a shiny subset. If it doesn't, it will soon. Because most of the games have a shiny subset. I do actually have a shiny on my copy of Black... not my copy. Oh, actually, yes, my copy of Black 2. I had 2 shiny Audinos in Black 2. One on the emulator when I was doing the Retro Achievement set and grinding out the Pokedex, and one on my actual cartridge of Black 2 that I got while grinding the Pokedex, which is hilarious that I somehow got 2 Audinos. And they were both found in the, this is actually the funniest part. I found both of them in the Verbank complex. I found them at the same place. Unfortunately, I got that before multi-set came out, though, so I didn't get an achievement for finding a shiny Audino. Some shiny subsets are actually quite good for points. Just kind of like bonus points if you have, now that multi-set's out. Because now if you just are doing the set, well, I don't know. See, that's the thing. I don't think the rustling grass hunts are... Ugh. I saw people go for, like, the Metagross or the Ninetales out of the Shaking Grass, and I would love that Ninetales, man. The Gen 5 Ninetales looks so good. The shiny for that. But I'd just rather just hunt the Vulpix. Ooh, another Escape Rope. Nice. Yeah, I'd rather just hunt the Vulpix and hope for the best than hunt a 5% Ninetales in the grass. In Shaking Grass. I have seen someone find a shiny Metagross, which is insane. Alright, we're getting close, by the way. I'll just use that. That was a waste. Oh, Pokemon Rumble has a shiny subset, by the way, on Retro Achievements. It was one of the opening sets for Wii. It has a Professor Oak challenge and a shiny subset. I might do the Professor Oak challenge. It seems kind of fun. Because it's, you know, it's kind of a weird game to do an Oak challenge in. But it is technically possible. I was looking at how it works, and yeah, no, it actually kind of looks kind of fun. If I'm being honest. You just have to get every Pokemon available before each cup, rather than before each badge. And I don't know, the way Rumble works, that doesn't actually seem that bad. There's a guy on my whose account I have on the follow list on here because I like to keep track of what sets they're doing. It helps give me ideas. And their first Wii game is Rumble and the Rumble subset, and they've already done 50% of the Professor Oak challenge, and it's been a day. So like I don't know, I feel like that'd be a fun one to do. You can probably knock it out in 10 hours or so. But I'm kind of waiting because I think the recruit rates on bosses get really rare in the later stages. So I'm kind of wondering if he's going to slow down. Oh, there's where we're supposed to get Starmie. If we didn't want to get a Staryu earlier, I could have done that. But because I just didn't think we'd have to come here. Alright, that's not a blue Corsola, so we can ignore it. Kind of thank God, honestly, because I don't have room to put one in my party. So Viper, you got that? Okay, so Viper, you do got that. Thank you, Chansey. Oh yeah, we're gonna have to do the, that 18th floor dungeon again for another 4, another 4, evolution stones so we can get this Chansey evolved. Oh well. That's fine. Oh god. Look at my inventory. We might soon be using Reviver Seeds to get our belly back. Because each one, if we die of starvation, the Reviver Seed will put us back to full belly. Thankfully, a full Reviver Seed does put you back to full belly. And then we'll have the Plain Seed as well. These are our mottos. Really want to join us. And unfortunately, I don't want them to join me. Stats. You know, a game I want to play that I haven't had time to yet, it's on the backlog, and I have a sealed copy on my shelf, is Shiren the Wanderer. It's, these devs that we're playing right now, their original Mystery Dungeon series that eventually branched out and gave them the right... that apparently impressed Pokemon enough to make Pokemon Mystery Dungeon. They also have Chocobo's Mystery Dungeon, which I have the PS4 one. I got a Japanese version imported, which I'm so very proud of. I'm just glad that the PS5 is not region locked, so I can play that at some point. I want to plat it, but it's another one of those like 200-hour plats, so I've kind of just been avoiding it because I just don't have the time right now. But I've heard it's good, and Shiren's good too. I've heard Shiren's really hard, like, compared to this game. It's a lot more difficult. So, we'll see. But, I have been interested in it. Yeah, I did hear that. Yeah, the original Mystery Dungeons, they did really well for them. I did hear that the latest Shiren, the one that I have on Switch, is actually their bestseller for the series. There was like a whole campaign when it came out to basically buy it to save Pokemon Mystery Dungeon because it hadn't sold, because you know we hadn't had one in a while. And after Rescue Team DX, oh fantastic! You know what? I'll take that. Unfortunate that I hit a Reviver Seed, but oh well. More food. Oh wait, we're on floor 42. I just realized. Wilmer. Wilmer can spawn until floor 50. I really hope it's not rare. But I have a sinking suspicion that it is. Can somebody look up the spawn rate on Lapras specifically for me? I don't know where you guys were finding spawn rates. I know somebody was telling me spawn rates the other day. But I'm kind of worried about Lapras, because if we don't find Wilmer and it's like super rare, I'm not as concerned because like we already got a Wilmer. We can find it as a Fainted Pokemon. Lapras, we cannot. It has to be here. This is the only place. So if it's a rare spawn, we might be running this place a couple times and then running into... Oh, fantastic. Yes! Alright. Okay, there's one of our targets. Alright, now we just gotta get to floor 45. Lapras has an 8.2% chance of recruiting. It's actually very high. Same as that Wilmer we just got. I will say, kind of back briefly on the topic of just games that are expensive and will get expensive over time. A game I recommend buying now, if you have any interest in it, is Pokemon Super Mystery Dungeon on the 3DS. Because that is a game that is really good, and not many people gave it a chance, so it didn't sell as good as the others. and yet it's still seen by people who did play it as, like, one of the best. So, in my eyes, less sales than Explorers of Sky by a wide margin. Plus another beloved game that's going to be people aren't going to want to get rid of, is going to result in I'm going to be real, it's going to be a $200 game in 5 years. 5-10 years? Yeah, $200 game easy. It's going for about 40 right now. And I will say I've already noticed a spike because it was only 20 bucks a couple years ago. So I would say I recommend going for it. If you don't have it already, now is the time. It's not going to get any cheaper, it's only going to go up. It's kind of rare that I'm able to, like, just know that a game is going to be expensive. There's been a few games where I've kind of had feelings and I've bought them and I've been correct. There's also been a couple where I have had feelings and been completely incorrect and wasted $60 on a game that became valueless. But, you know, it happens. A good example of one I bought simply because it looked like something ridiculous that was going to be super expensive was Fitness Boxing Fist of the North Star when that came out. I actually pre-ordered that game because I figured it was going to be like a super low print run and not sell very good and then just become super rare. And no, I mean it's not cheap. It's not that much cheaper than what I bought it for. About 40 bucks, but it didn't become expensive like I expected. What's one that I thought was gonna be something that did get expensive? I'm trying to think. Oh, the physical editions of the Scarlet and Violet and Sword and Shield DLCs. Those ones did. I kind of had a feeling they would get expensive, and they did. Unfortunately for me, I didn't. Even though I knew, I didn't buy the Sword and Shield ones. Oh! You're here! Hello, sir. No! Lapras, why? But yeah, if you want the physical edition of the Sword and Shield plus expansion pass, it's about $160. The Scarlet and Violet one's about $110 each right now, which I bought both of them on launch, and they were $90 a piece. So I'm still just barely in the green on those, but I had a feeling those were going to be a long game type thing, waiting for them to go out of print and then giving time for Scarlet and Violet to actually be appreciated more, which, I mean, not that they deserve to be. I don't actually think they're very good games, but, you know. No! Lapras, damn it! You know you want to be my friend, and I guarantee you as freaking Perish Song, and it's going to waste all my Reviver Seeds, and I'm going to be super scared because it will kill my Pokemon, and I won't be able to revive them. I've only got 2 Revival Orbs. There it is. Alright, we got it. We got Lapras. That's a rare one. Rare, but also not that rare. Now that we're up here, they're seemingly fairly common up here. The hard part is just getting here. Yeah, see, if it launched the way it plays on Switch 2, I think the game would be seen a lot nicer, because like the game is really nice, honestly, on Switch 2. I'm going to need to do another playthrough properly so I can get a feel for it more. and maybe change my opinion a bit on it. But yeah, we'll see. It is insane, the graphical and kind of this visual difference between Scarlet. I've never been like a graphics person. I don't really care about graphics. But I will admit, when you look at the difference between Scarlet and Violet and Wind and Waves, it's actually just so funny to me. Like how did Scarlet and Violet get approved? Like it's actually hilarious to me that Scarlet and Violet even exists after looking at Wind and Waves. Like, I get it, new console, more power, but like, come on, man. Come on. Alright, by the way, our next Pokemon we need is our Clamperl, all the way on floor 65. And yes, we are full, so that Clamperl is going to have to replace Hitmonchan, which is fine. Because at that point, we won't need Hitmonchan anymore. Clamperl is thankfully available from floor 65 all the way to floor 75. Or probably 74. 75 is probably a treasure room. Yeah, 74. 75 is, in fact, a treasure room. Okay. Well, I haven't seen one of these things use a Parasong yet, so I'm kind of hoping they just don't have it. But they still scare me, because they're kind of known for having Parasong. And they're almost gone, though, now, so we should be good. Inviting orb. Don't see why not. We'll take that. Getting hungry again. And unfortunately, we're now in Reviver Seed territory. I guess I could use my last apple. I don't need it for anything. And yeah, it looks like the ocean gimmick is still here because I haven't seen any food. No seeds or apples have spawned. No seeds, apples, or berries have spawned. Yeah, that is the unfortunate thing about it, is just the schedule, where they have to have a new game out every so long. But it is nice to see they are breaking that now, because we're now getting a game every 2 years instead of every 1. Like, they even, like, held off on releasing Wind and Waves on the 30th anniversary. Like, they're holding off, they're not having a mainline game on their 30th anniversary because they're giving it that extra year. So they've actually doubled their schedule. Now it's a 6-year cycle rather than a 3-year cycle, which is fantastic. It means games are going to now have 6 years of dev time after, you know, this next one. So Wind and Waves will have had, instead of 3 years, ZA had 4, and Wind and Waves is going to have 5. The game after it will have 6, and then every game after that point will also have 6. From what I know, and I'm pretty sure this is correct, but I don't know. I mean, I don't have insider info. I just know what I've seen around the internet. Pokemon has 3 dev teams, okay? Like, 3 internal dev teams. They could do something like, BDSP, where they released it on the same year, like, within a month of Brilliant Diamond of ZA. Or, no, not ZA, of Legends Arceus, because they had an external dev team handle it, which was Ilka. However, as for their actual official Game Freak dev teams, they have 3. They have the now titled Legends team, as people call them, because they're the ones who made Legends Arceus, and then precisely 3 years later made ZA. There's the main series team, who makes a new mainline game every 3 years, which will now be every 6 years. I don't know how they're going to handle that. And then there is the kind of, like, experimental team, which, as far as I know, is the team behind stuff like, Let's Go Pikachu, Eevee, and, you know, kind of the other game, you know, whatever comes out that following year. Typically remakes. It's typically the remake team. Which this year is the year for our mainline team, and then the next game will be from that third team, which I've seen the leaks. I can't remember what game is next, but I'm not paying it. I've kind of been ignoring it because, you know, I don't care. I don't want to know. We are on floor 50. So nothing of much yet. We still need to go 15 more floors to start seeing our clan pearls. Oh, what the frick? Multiple? I'm really hoping we don't see a shiny Corsola, honestly. Because I don't have space on my team. I can't take a slot for a shiny Corsola. If we get a shiny, it'll complicate things. I appreciate that. Yeah, I've seen it, but I've kind of done my best to try to, like, zone it all out. And kind of forget about it. There's one thing that I think it might be that I do have in my mind that I've remembered, but I can't remember if that's supposed to be next year's game or the one after. I assume it's next year's, though, because it seems like something that would be that dev team. It's really annoying, though. I'm really mad about that leak. Like, I like seeing all the beta stuff. That was fun. But, like, when you start leaking all the stuff that's not even revealed yet for the next 3 years, like, come on, man. That means for the next 3 years we're gonna have no surprises. Oh. Yeah, I've got to get used to that now. I've got to get used to that. I'm used to just saying this year's game, next year's game, but we're not in that schedule anymore, so... Yeah, it's just... I don't know, we're gonna have to come up with new terms. This game, next game, I guess. But, we'll see. I'm more interested in stuff that we know about for this year. That's not game-related. That was not at the, that wasn't at the showcase on Pokemon Day. So I'm a little confused because there was things I really expected to see that we didn't see. Which tells me we're probably getting another Pokemon Direct sometime in the summer, where that stuff will get announced. And I won't say what that is, but... There's one thing in particular I've been kind of looking forward to seeing, because, what we saw from the leaks look interesting. Yeah. Champions seems pretty fun. I'm looking forward to it. Couple things I'm not liking about the game, though, as it gets closer to launch, so we'll see. It is interesting, though, that they're moving to it as the de facto game going forward for competitive, because that tells me, like I said, originally I suspected that we were going to start moving into a different style of gameplay for the mainline games, and that's why they were swapping the champions, so that the competitive stayed consistent with what we've had. However, I'm not completely sure I buy that, given what we've seen of Wind and Waves. However, they have purposely not shown actual battle gameplay. We just saw a Pikachu getting caught. Which, by the way, did have a new pose. It was in, like, an actual battle pose, instead of just standing there derpily and smiling. I hope they did that for all the Pokemon, honestly. Or, you know, maybe not all of them, but most of them. A lot of them really do need that up-res. Kind of like, you know... So there's still a chance that they have altered the gameplay pretty significantly for Wind and Waves, but we'll see. Alright, well, I'm completely out of food now. Oh, really? You play singles? Interesting. Of course, there's the Bellsprout that we no longer need. Figures. Kind of glad we don't need it, though, because, again, we don't need this using stuff for our party right now. Oh, yeah, that tracks. Like, actual, like, leaks we haven't seen yet, or... like, leaks for Wind and Waves, or leaks for other stuff. I haven't even actually seen any Wind and Waves. Like, I know people have been talking about it. Oh yeah, I don't have any food. Alright, well, we're just gonna sit here for an hour while we starve to death with our 500 HP. And then eat a Reviver Seed to go back to full health. Oh, yeah. I wouldn't believe those. I haven't seen that myself, but I don't know. There's also stuff that I feel like typical Pokemon stuff where it's just bullshit. Like, let's be real. Yeah. I wouldn't put any faith into anything you see. Like, yes, somebody clearly does know at least most of the Pokedex by now, but I don't think a lot of the actual Pokemon have come out. A lot of the leakers are just giving descriptions of Pokemon. That's how it was for ZA, and that's how they did it for the starters in Wind and Waves. Is they've been giving very detailed descriptions of the Pokemon, but not sharing pictures. So anything you've seen from a picture, I can assure you is at least not real. It could be close, depending on if they've given descriptions, but it's not official. We do not have picture leaks right now, and I don't think we will be getting picture leaks. Yeah, which is fair. Because at that point, I mean, it may not be the design, but it's so close to the design that it may as well have just been, you know, a spoiler itself. I am kind of mad, though, at ZA, because not only did they kind of leak, which they didn't just leak the designs, they kind of mentioned what Pokemon they were for, which meant that we knew every Mega before release, and it wasn't even knowing what Megas were getting a thing that was annoying to me, because I could avoid those. It was people saying, oh, I hope Luxray gets a Mega in this, it was people saying, oh, I hope Luxray gets a Mega in the new game, and then immediately 5 people replied to them saying, oh, sorry, it doesn't get one. 2 months before release of the game. That pissed me off, because that actually spoiled me for a few Pokemon not getting Megas. That would have been cool to have Megas. Because, yeah, where I would click on something, a comment like that, and someone would just be like, oh yeah, nope, it doesn't get anything. Oh my god, I just realized my Chansey's not gonna let me die. I'm gonna be starving forever. Chansey's gonna keep me alive. I do think we have descriptions of the legendaries. for the new games. So be warned of that. I remember June was talking in the the Discord mentioned something about the designs of the legendaries, and then yeah, that's what I was just thinking. It's Chansey's shoving an egg in our face. Like, come on, it's gotta count for something. Alright, we're almost here. Floor 60. Chansey does like to wait very long before it gives me the egg, though. It waits until I get that full 200. Oh, you know what I just realized? I bet the bosses in the dungeons, I bet they have 500 HP each. Because I'm getting 200 from heals, and that Starmie that spams recover always got 200 as well, and I think it's percent based off a formula, so I bet it has the same. Thank you, Survivor, for somehow surviving that. And not costing you one of my very clearly needed Reviver seeds. I just love the implications that Chansey seems to be literally starving to death and it's keeping me in perpetual suffering. Oh wait, did Survivor die? I can't remember. Did I have another plain seed now? No, I must have already eaten it. No more plain seeds in my bag. I must have already taken that plain seed. God, there's noise. I should probably take this. Ooh, no, leave my Chansey alone, please. Uh-oh, that's not good. Also, Max Elixirs don't count towards Rebellion. I feel like they did in the original. I think that stuff been changed over time. I could be wrong on that, though. Alright, we're almost there. Another Bellsprout. Look, 2 Bellsprouts in one run. Of course. Let's just make my buried relic struggles useless. Oh, did they not? Okay, maybe I'm misremembering that then. It's very possible. Who leveled up? Hitmonchan's level 80. Big old 80. Old man Hitmonchan. Alright, floor 64. And yes, we're gonna be on floor 65 anyways, so we might as well just clear this place instead of using the skateboard. Plus, I mean, technically for true Hundo, we do have to clear every dungeon. Technically not as important for our version of Hundo. We're just doing recruitable, basically. So I'm not worried about clearing every dungeon. Otherwise, we'd actually have to do Voice Tower all the way. The only one that really is important for is Super. You do have to clear every dungeon in Super for 100%. Because there's actual, like, proper markers on your map for it. What's in here? Is there anything worthwhile? No. There is Clam Pearl. I could get a Clam Pearl, but that's it. Nothing else I'm not even gonna worry about it. It feels like a waste of infinite hits and they need from Wild and Lucario. For a 1 in 10 chance at a Clam Pearl 1 floor early. We have literally everything else in there, by the way. There's nothing else we need. Oh, really? You walked over before I could snipe you with that. What's with the mucks lately? I feel like they're everywhere. There's another one. The other thing is I can't sprint because my belly's empty. So it is taking us longer to get through the dungeon. Which is unfortunate. I do almost wish Chansey would just let us die. Walrein. Oh god, I'm frozen. Chansey, no! Please let me die! We've become immortal. This Chansey will keep us alive forever. God, imagine bringing that into a boss fight. We literally can't die. Nothing can do more than 200 to us in a hit. So Chansey would just keep us alive forever. Because it also doesn't run out of PP on its moves since it's not fully recruited yet. Oh, what the frick? Oh god, you're badly poisoned. That's not good. Right, hopefully the stairs are down here and not in the obvious monster house up there, but I'm hoping they're in the obvious monster house up there. Hooray! And I don't think I've got any Petal Blizzards. Don't you dare disable the moves. Oh, the Clam Pearls are here. Wait a second. Rainbow. I didn't realize you're on 65. Look at all them Clam Pearls. There's 3 of them in range of recruitment. Gotta get one of them. No, don't need the Walrein. No, I don't need the Muck. There we go. Yeah, they're all gonna join. Alright, and now Hitmonchan goes away. Yeah, okay. We got more than we bargained for there. Got on our skateboard. Alright, and we're good. We got our whole team. Now we just gotta make it up, hit more floors. With a perpetually dying Meganium. And technically, since our belly doesn't matter, we could, since this Chansey is keeping us alive forever. Chansey! Chansey! Chansey, I'm gonna die! Oh, thank you, Chansey. Oh, because we were in a hallway, it was too far away. I was like, why aren't you helping me, Chansey? Chansey had to let me, feel the fear of death there for a minute, for its own amusement. Wait, do I not? Oh, wait. Oh. Put that on. There's a Corsola up there. Floor 68, we're getting there. Oh, alright, you're going for it twice. Thanks, Chansey. No! My pedal blizzard! Okay. About my pedal blizzards. Auto mod blocking the bots. Hilarious. Well, I've got to say, this might be the longest, the longest starving Pokemon ever. The infinite, soft-boiled Chansey in the Meganium that doesn't know how to die. Yeah, it's very rare that it actually works. Great. Get out of here. Back my Razor Leaves. We're almost there. Slow as this is. What the? Oh, the Wailords! They're here! If I get one, I'm getting rid of my Wailord. Because it's hilarious. Oh, no! Okay, didn't kill anything. Thank God. It's gonna keep doing that every turn, isn't it? Until everything's in the room. Okay, here we go. Hi, Wailord! Look at him! Oh, it's amazing! Holy shit! Wailord, do you want to join our team, buddy? Damn it! God, it's so funny. Accurately sized Wailord in Mystery Dungeon of all things. Wait, can we run around town with him? Oh my God, we have to try it. First thing we're doing when we get back is... Oh wait, no, we can't in this game. Damn it! Because you have to play... You can't run around as other Pokemon. I'm so mad. In the original, you could just straight up play as... You would just straight up play as whatever your leader was. So if you put another Pokemon as your leader... You'd walk around as it. So to finish Spinda's quest, you actually had to show up and talk to him as Ho-Oh, rather than just telling him about Ho-Oh. There he is! Wailord! Sorry, Wilmer. We don't need you anymore, sir. You were just here to evolve into that anyways. Look at him! Oh my God! Oh, he's so wonderful. How does he even fit through the hallways? He swims above them. Hallways are quite literally beneath him. Of course we recruited freaking Kingdra here. Okay, we're not gonna check that over, I guess. Thanks, Chansey. Oh yeah, I need to put my specs back on. Floor 71, oh, floor 72. Okay, thank God for some early stairs. These rooms take so long when we can't run. Oh my God, a chance. It's not shiny. We one-shot that. That's actually crazy. Oh, look at the stairs. Oh, such good luck. Alright. 2 more. This one and the next. you survived that without using any revival skills. I'm shocked by that. Alright, here comes the game of Hope and Pray. The stairs are not in that one room I skipped in the corner there. Thank God they're right here. Last floor. Oh wait, actually that's perfect. We just got a Pokemon we need. We can get rid of Burn because it's the last floor. Watch this freaking Corsola be shiny. Thank God. Alright, we got another Pokemon here at the end. I'm shocked by that. That's actually crazy, the last floor. I think we literally got everything we needed. Oh wait, no, I have no apples! I can't save him! No, we missed out on Cradilly because that's so funny. Oh, that's unfortunate. I forgot, we're out of food. You actually need food to... Huh. That's right. What's our goal here? What's our thing here? Life seed? Are they all life seeds? Here you go, Fern. Enjoy. I'm tempted to eat one just to get the hunger to go away. Accuracy drink. Pedal Blizzard, obviously. Power drink. Pedal Blizzard, also. PP up drink. Oh, whoops. That was a waste. They can't go up. Whatever, it's fine. I don't care enough. And then there's just some Glox boxes I'm just gonna leave behind. We don't need them. Alright, here we go. Our massive recruitment here. We got 6 recruits. Almost 7, but we missed out on that freaking Cradilly at the end. Unfortunately. There's Talo. There's Viper. Chansey for Blissey. Which means we have to make a run through that dungeon for 4 evolution crystals. Lapras. Clamperl. Wailord. 392 Pokemon. We're getting real close to the big 400. We've cleared yet another row. That was row 7. And Snorlax is now our final Gen 1 Pokemon. And we'll have our full 151. Ugh, we can move again. Crazy. Found a few escape orbs, which was nice. Oh yeah, no, definitely grabbing some apples. what we've got right now. Okay, so we need to grab 5 of these. 1 of these. 1 of those. 5 of these. And I think that's it. Feel free to tell me if that's wrong. Oh yeah, and I can take these out and get rid of them. No reason in keeping these in storage. Here's another 15k. Okay, do this. There we go. Okay, all will look good now. And we need to get evolution crystals now. So our next and final stop of the day is going to be running that 18th floor dungeon real quick for Felicity. Just to double check, how many do I have right now? I think I've got 2? 2. And if we recruit, there's a chance we recruit a swine up in here. If we do, we have to run the dungeon again. For Mamos 1. There's also an Apom in here we can grab, which will be fine because we can evolve that immediately. Because there's only 2 and we already have that extra 2. Real quick, let me pull up Marvelous, see. I can never remember what... I know... I think so. Apom's there till I think floor 13, but I don't know when it starts. Ten. 10 through 13. And Swinub is 16 and 17. And also there's Weaviles on 16 and 17, but I've run this place 5 times and I have yet to even see a single one, so... They must be very, very rare. We'll probably just be better off getting a second Sneasel to evolve. Oh, oops. The main annoying part about this place is that everything has like a bazillion HP. So you can't one-shot anything in here. Even with my stats, it takes 2 hits. Like the Clefairies literally have over 200 HP. There's a muck, which we do not need. I will say I'm also considering attempting not going after it fully. Once we have our recruit wall, instead of ending, I'm considering going and trying to see, doing a stream or two of doing missions and seeing if we can find a good strat for ranking up our rank and seeing if we can get that last badge before I just fully give up on it. But if it doesn't look good, we're just not going to do it. But I do want to, I kind of want to at least attempt and see if we can find a strat that works. We'll see. When I ended up going for it in Sky, the max rank, it only took me like a few hours. So I'm just kind of surprised by how long it took me in this game, and I'm wondering if there's a better strategy that I'm just missing. Which, to be fair, we're way lower in this game than I am typically. So, because we haven't just done as many missions. So, we will see. But even if we do grind it, it's going to take a little while because, again, I think we're already silver right now. Which is rough. In the original, I remember, like, making a show of trying to get to gold rank before the runaway arc was over. Which is possible. It just takes a while. Because everyone's like, wow, Alakazam's team's gold rank, they're so strong, and you're sitting like, guys, I'm right here. Like, and then your partner's all, wow, I hope we can be gold ranked someday, and you're just sitting here like, we already are. It's kind of funny that they didn't give that extra dialogue, but well, we're getting there little by little. This dungeon is definitely easier to get through than the other one we just did. By a wide margin. The floors are smaller. And there's significantly less floors, so we don't need to use as much food. That's part of why the last dungeon used our food so fast, is because the rooms were freaking huge. Absolutely not. No way. Not a chance. Oh no. The PTSD of hunger. It arrives. Wait, that's stairs. One too early. Nine. Maybe I'll grind some of the missions off stream for like points. Like maybe I'll do some post office off stream or something. Now that we're kind of at a point where it's unlikely I would find spawns in most dungeons. Like if I do Remains Island, I'm not going to get any new recruits. It's not it's not a problem. Although actually, I ironically could get Snorlax in there, so maybe I shouldn't do Remains Island. But you know what I mean. There's like, I could find a dungeon that isn't going to get us anything for the stream. And grind some rank or something. just to try to make it a little more feasible, maybe to try to get that last badge on stream for our menu. We'll see. I'm gonna be very distracted by Wii stuffs, so I do not know what we shall do. Alright, we have until floor 13 to find an A-bomb and recruit it. Which we've recruited like 4 of them since we've been here. I've said no to all of them because I just haven't been like, I've been like, oh, whatever. But now that I'm actually trying to get one, they don't want to join us because of course not. Why would they? They're like, you had your chance. And I did. Are we already out of Pokemon on the floor? Okay, whatever, we're just gonna move on. I'm not gonna sit here and wait. A-Bomb's easy because I can just get it elsewhere. In fact, I think I can get Swinub elsewhere too. Like, A-Bomb's in Uproar Forest. So, I'm not concerned. And it's looking... Oh, wait. Nope. Alright, well that was our chance. Unless... Nope, that's an arrow. That's a Hoppip. Laffy. Right, let's just move on. No A-Palm, it's fine. It's not that important. Got a fish chance up here. Dig is so stupid in this game, I love it. Nope, not shiny fish, so we don't care. Alright, now we can get a Swinub if we see one. Ow. Oh yeah, we should also look for Weaviles, because Weaviles can spawn too. Which would, you know, obviously be very helpful. But again, I have a feeling they're not likely to appear. And I'm not overly concerned about trying to force one to spawn. a Swinub. What is our fate? Will we be coming back? Yep. We shall be coming back. Okay. Escape orbs, good. And there's 2 invitations here too. We gotta go clear more space in our inventory though. I think the only thing we used in there was a plain seed. Okay, there's that. Oops. More invitations for the Riolu hunt. There's our money, by the way. 220k. Let's, there you go, 10k. Just to have cash. Okay, yeah, we haven't done a job board check in a while. What's the job board look like? The Duskull. Don't think we need Duskull, though. Alright, let's go evolve our Chansey before I forget. It's gonna take 4 evolution crystals. And there's Blissey. $393 Pokemon. Alright. And looks like we just need Snorlax for Kanto. Wait for Johto. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. Technically 7 from a Pokemon standpoint, but we need 28 unknowns, so I know it'll take us a while. And then for Hoenn, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And then for Sinnoh, 5. I I see them all. They're all bunched together at the bottom. Technically 6, because we still have to evolve that Swinub. But we are going to do that tomorrow, I think. I think that makes more sense. So that's what we're going to do. Which means we're going to end off here. I'm going to save. And, yep. 83 hours, oh my god. So much for a quick game, guys. Remember when we said, oh yeah, it'll be a quick game, I'm just gonna play through this normally. You know, we'll do all the dungeons and then we'll call it good. Yeah, 83 hours, oh my god. We'll be near 100 by the end. We might even hit 100, we'll see. Hey, thanks everybody. Yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow, and yeah, have a good one.